You're not lazy. But your mind keeps telling you that you are. Every time you delay something, every time you avoid a task, every time you choose comfort over action, that voice appears again. You're lazy. And slowly, you start believing it. You start thinking, maybe something is wrong with me. Maybe I don't have discipline. Maybe I will never change. But what if I tell you something different? What if laziness is not who you are, but a signal that something deeper is happening inside you? Because real laziness is very rare. Most of the time, what you call laziness is actually confusion, fear, or exhaustion. Let's slow this down. Have you ever noticed? You can spend hours on your phone, watch videos, scroll endlessly, but when it comes to one important task, you feel heavy, you feel resistance, you feel like you can't start. But clearly, you're not lazy. You have energy. You are doing things, just not the things you should do. So the real question is not, why am I lazy? The real question is, why am I avoiding this specific thing? That question changes everything. 'Cause now, you are not blaming yourself. You are trying to understand yourself. Let's go deeper. Your brain is designed to save energy. It wants comfort. It wants ease. It wants to avoid pain. So when something feels difficult, unclear, or stressful, your brain creates resistance. Not because you are weak, but because it is trying to protect you. But here is the problem. Your brain cannot always tell the difference between real danger and emotional discomfort. So it treats both the same. A difficult task feels like danger. A new challenge feels like risk. So your brain says, let's not do this. And you listen, not consciously, but automatically. This is what you call laziness. But it is not laziness. It is protection. Misguided protection. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Alex. Alex had big goals. He wanted to improve his life, learn new skills, grow in his career. But every time he tried to start, he stopped. He made plans, strong plans, detailed plans, but he never followed them. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Nothing changed. And every night, he felt guilty. He said, I am so lazy. But he didn't understand the truth. He was not lazy. He was overwhelmed. Do you want me to continue the story or move to the next idea? Alex's problem was not lack of discipline. It was too much pressure. His goals were big, too big, and his brain saw them as a threat. So instead of starting, he avoided. This is something very important to understand. When a task feels too big, your brain shuts down. Not because you can't do it, but because it feels impossible. And when something feels impossible, you don't even try. You escape into easy things, comfortable things, distractions. This is why you scroll. This is why you delay. This is why you avoid. Not because you are lazy, but because your brain is overwhelmed. Let's go deeper. There are 3 hidden reasons behind laziness. First, lack of clarity. If you don't know where to start, you don't start. Confusion creates delay. Second, fear of failure. If you think you might fail, your brain avoids trying, because failure feels painful. Third, low energy. If your body is tired, your mind will not push forward. Sleep, stress, and mental load matter. Now think about your life. Is the task clear or confusing? Are you afraid of failing or judged? Are you tired or mentally exhausted? Your answer is your truth. And your truth explains your behavior. Let's go back to Alex. After another unproductive day, he stopped blaming himself. Instead of saying, I am lazy, he asked, what is making this hard? That question changed everything. 'Cause now, he was not attacking himself. He was understanding the problem. He realized his goal was too big. So he made it smaller. Instead of, I will change my whole life, he said, I will do one small task. Just one. That's it. The next day, he did it. It was simple. But he did it. And something interesting happened. He felt good. Not because it was big, but because it was done. That feeling created momentum. The next day, he did another small task. Then another. Slowly, he started moving. Not fast. Not perfectly. But consistently. And that changed everything. Because action creates energy. Not the other way around. Most people think, I need energy to act. But the truth is, action creates energy. When you move, you feel better. When you stay still, you feel heavier. So the solution is not to wait, but to start small. Let's make this very practical. If you feel lazy, do this. First, make the task smaller. Not easier. Smaller. So small that you cannot say no. Second, remove pressure. Don't think about big results. Focus on small actions. Third, start before you feel ready. Because you will never feel fully ready. Fourth, focus on progress, not perfection. Because perfection stops action. Progress builds it. Now let's talk about something deeper. Your identity. If you keep saying, I am lazy, your brain accepts it. And you act accordingly. But if you say, I am learning to be consistent, your brain shifts. Your behavior changes. Because identity shapes action. So choose your words carefully. They are not just words. They are instructions to your mind. Let's come back to Alex one last time. Months later, his life was different. Not perfect, but moving. He was working, improving, growing. He still had lazy days. But he understood them. He didn't panic. He adjusted. And continued. 'Cause now, he knew the truth. He was never lazy. He was just overwhelmed, unclear, and tired. And once he fixed those, everything changed. Now listen carefully. 'Cause this is important. You're not lazy. You are human. Your brain wants comfort. Your body needs energy. Your mind needs clarity. And when these are missing, you slow down. That is natural. But staying there is a choice. Choice you can change. Slowly, gently, step by step. So stop calling yourself lazy. Start asking better questions. What is blocking me? What is missing? What is one small step I can take? Because your future is not waiting for perfection. It is waiting for action. Small action. Simple action. Honest action. And once you start, everything begins to change. Not suddenly, but surely. Because you were never lazy. You were just stuck. And now, you know how to move.